Hello again, everybody. Sebastian here with another Watch Over Realms presentation. In this one, I'm going to be focusing on the Conqueror. There are two teams that I want to show you. One is the first SSS team that I've been able to put together here in the Forerunners. I finally have the semblance of a roster where the synergy exists, where they can push this to SSS, as you can see above me. And I'm also going to show you a team that can score above S, composed of heroes that we really acquire very early on into our accounts, just in case you are able to rush through the conquest. And we have two of them, that one of them we're going to have to score E or above 5 times, and in another one we're going to have to score S or above 5 times. So I kind of give you an idea of what type of compositions you can put together. And of course, the free-to-play-ish one, if you have, if you have other heroes that you can mix and match, you get better gear, you can probably even push it into SS plus, and then you can get more medals at the end. All right, so for this team here, essentially what I'm bringing in for this first one, for the first one, the one that got me SSS, is that I'm bringing in Cerberus and Magda. These are my two cultists that I'm bringing in, and because they are the biggest players in this composition, I am actually going to take one slot and I'm going to use Demi's faction lord bonus. She does not get placed in the field, so she's not geared. All I need her for is the faction bonus. I'm also bringing in Regulus, Volca, and Valkyra. Now, Cerberus is, of course, going to be my major damage dealer, so I'm going to protect him with Regulus. That's essentially what I'm doing. Remember, anytime we activate Regulus's ultimates, he kind of takes the damage on himself. It allows Cerberus to survive a little bit longer. Magda, we place her on the right spot. She will actually gain. She will actually give the allies around her damage increase along with defense penetration. Volca, her passive, lifesteal, and she can do damage, so might as well we use her, especially now that she has that extra tile extension. And of course, we know Valkyra. Valkyra is very good for this. Her AoE damage, long range, she can take care of the waves on her side. So here it is, the run through of the run that got me the one of the SSS scores. So as you can see here, how everything is building up is I'm putting here Volca down here, and I also have Valkyra up top over here, and Magda is right in the middle of these two, and she is also right ahead of Cerberus. So Cerberus is also getting the boost from Magda, because Magda has a 2 square right in front of her, which she'll boost, and then she'll boost the allies around her, essentially. So we're getting damage increased on all 3 of these, along with the penetration increase. Regulus in front of Cerberus, again, he is just there to protect him. Make sure he doesn't die too quickly. And as they'll do this damage, of course, they'll gain health because, of course, of Volca's passive. So right now it's all about just getting the boss into the charge mode. So that's exactly what's going to happen here. And let me see if I can. Okay, now boss rush, here we go. Okay, so now the thing that I wanted to do is activate Cerberus's ultimate as soon as it was available, but then the other one was alternate Magda's with Valkyra's and Volca's ultimate. So you see right now Magda's ultimate is on, so she's covering all the lanes essentially, and we're just getting the basics from Volca and Valkyra. But as soon as Magda is done, now I'm activating both Volca and Valkyra, and they're taking care of their respective lanes, along with Cerberus and Magda right in the middle. Okay, so as long as Magda is up again, I'm going to use it, and I'm going to try to keep that alternate rotation as much as I can. So here we go. Again, I'm activating Magda's. So Magda's just spraying with her AoE damage. As soon as Cerberus ultimate is up, I think I activated it here before he died, and now I have Valkyra and Volca on the bottom. So unfortunately, I think in this run here, I did not manage to get the most out of Cerberus's last ultimate. So he died before it, but he did the damage that I needed him to do. And as you can see, eventually the barricades does get overwhelmed, and we have everybody rush through. But this composition here was the one that was able to allow me to push past Triple S. And as you saw, that Cerberus did a lot of the damage, then the Valkyra and the Magda were right behind them. But Cerberus was really the one that pushed this through. Now I'm going to show you the builds for this particular team. Now I do want to emphasize this before we get through to the build, is that this Cerberus here is awakened 3 times. Now, if you can improve the gear, you should be able to push this as well into the Triple S if you want to build him a little bit with more attack. But the fact that he's awakened 3 times allows him to do his water decay, does a little bit more damage. And I think that that plays a factor into it. And a lot of this was also pushed by the fact that most of the heroes had Soulbound Arcana in them. So as you saw for this particular build here, Cerberus had very high attack. It was in the 23,000. So let me back out a little bit. And yep, 23,000 right there. He had a little bit of speed, and of course the critical damage was 320. And he had a little bit of rage regenerations just to see if we can get him to come back to that ultimate a little bit quicker. Lunary Visor is the artifact that I had on him. Of course, it's not fully level. It's only 16 out of 16. Realm Terror for Volca, 13 out of 13 on that one. 16,000 attack, 363 speed, 323 critical damage. And as you can see, she had a little bit of rage regeneration as well. I am also going to show you that they are fully skilled for this account. I did invest the legendary crystals on these heroes because these are some of the top heroes that I have in this account. Now you see Magda's build here, 326 speed, 315 critical damage, no rage regen, and 16,000 attack. Again, Soulbound Arcana. I'm trying to take this ultimates and power them up as soon as possible. Give me the most damage. Valkyra here is probably the only one that was an infrared. Realm Terror again, 25 out of 25. But she pretty much took one of the best Infernal Roar sets that I have in the account, especially because he had high speed, 450 speed. And then you saw about 15,000 attack and 300 critical damage. Regulars, he has a Bastion Ring. Of course, we want to block as many people as possible. He has a Guardian set. Remember, I do want him to survive. Very tanky because he was 98,000 HP and about 10,000 defense, as you saw there. So make sure that whatever defender you decide to use does provide some type of protection to your Cerberus, so he's able to survive the battle a little bit. Now, in this build with regulars, I wasn't too worried. I'm much worried about the speed that he has, because he really does gain rage regen when he gets attacked, and that's the main goal with him is that if he's taking damage, his rage regeneration is going to increase fairly quickly. So that is that showcase there. Now let me also show you a team that you can put together very early on to try to push you into S if this is what you need. Now these are heroes that you're going to summon right away. And I'm also bringing Jorge. No, so Jorge is an interesting character because he has this plaguing him. And so he'll do AoE damage because of that debuff. So I figure, why not bring him in? And then we have a lot of the Nightmare Council heroes that you can get. Now here, the flex here is Bladov. If you have another fighter that you can bring into this battle, bring him, right? Somebody maybe that has an extension, somebody that can do AoE damage. So if I really wanted to get a little bit dirty because I was lucky with the RNG, I could have put Magnus in there. He would have done more damage. Of course, if you have, other fighters like Arrogance or Silito, you can give those a try. Just something to help you push to the S that you're going to need for that Immortal Codex quest when you get there and you don't really have a composition ready set up for it. So let me run this one through. This is supposed to be above S example, and I'm going to show you kind of what I got with it. If I had a lot of better gear, get him to be a little bit faster, I think I probably could have pushed a little bit more in terms of the damage and the score. But this is fairly optimal to get some very good medals out of this boss, this Conqueror, to go into the shop and get some ancient crystals. All right, so here at first, I'm just gonna worry about clearing the first set of waves and try to try to get this boss into the rush mode. So you're gonna see. So this is a manual fight. So it's a 2x. All right, so now we enter the rush stage. Now here, really, the ultimates are auto for most of them, and then for Volca and Bladov, I pretty much said, just let him go. You know, I think I just clicked the auto here on the ultimate, right there. You see how it's just circling? It's because I clicked the auto. So Bladov's ultimate is not going to go until somebody comes close to him. So you see at the beginning that Abomination, Jorge, and Wrath are pretty much dealing with most of it. The one for Gluttony, I mean, his damage is based off HP, so build him tanky. That's essentially what I did. So he'll be able to do some damage. And I'll show you the builds. And again, I tried to do as many SA sets as I could possibly muster together to get this this score for this particular units. Of course, if you have better gear, if you can get your artifacts and push them even more, maybe you can get into the SS plus range. Triple S would be really hard to do with this composition. Maybe more Awakenings would help it. My Volca's not A5 yet in this account, so that also plays a little bit of a factor into it. All right, so here, so now we're into double S, which is very decent for this type of composition here to get it. And we're at 111. So 120 will get you SS plus. So there is some room in here for improvement, of course, to push this through. But this is a good example just to set things up. Now, based on where you are in your account, if you have this type of heroes and you can put some decent gear on them and have some very good level artifacts, you can push S very early on with this boss, with these type of units here. And of course, as you summon and you get better units into the account, mix and match, test them out, replay them, get that score even higher. And eventually you should be able, hopefully with our good RNG, you should be able to push into triple S. So again, Wrath here had one of the SA sets that I have, 18,000 attack, 330 critical damage, some decent speed. I gave him the Wailing Skull for this battle. Didn't really come into play. Now, Gluttony here, you saw the high attack. I really focused more on his HP than anything else because I wanted to take advantage of his ultimate. So I built him with Rage Regeneration here, as you see. So he has 66%. If I had better SA pieces with HP percentage subside and had Rage Regeneration, I would have pushed that as much more if I could have for this example. But I'm limited in this account, so this is what I went with it. For him, again, Luna's Advisor, again, was the one that I gave him. There's the new artifact that you can test out if you want, which gives him the new HP. I think is the key if you want to try that out and see how that plays out. Abomination, 22,000 attack, 450 speed, 306 critical damage. He did have my best Infernal Roar set, and I gave him the Realm Tear because he does extend out with this ultimate. So I just wanted to make sure that I could take advantage of that. Volca, same thing, just same build as previously, 18,000 attack, a little bit of critical damage here, some rage regeneration, and some speed. So 339 speeds, yeah. So that's what I went with her for this example here. Bladov, I just want to make sure with the Scarlet Hunt here that he could go a little bit fast with 380 HP. You can make him faster if you want. 323, 5 critical damage. That's kind of the build for him. And I think I did show that he had Scarlet Hunt. Jorge here, like I said, his damage is based off defense And also he has the plague, so he can do AoE damage to anybody that comes after him. I just quickly wanted to show you, I don't have him A5 yet. He's still at A3. I did have an SA set here that had some HP percentage subsets, so that's what you see here. And he had a little bit of speed as well. So 78,000 HP, 4,459 defense. I tried to boost the defense with the Goddess Grace. That's why I was using that. Now, here's the thing. If you want to take advantage of an artifact, I did not have one completely level, so I did not use it for this example. But if you have a tuning crystal, you can do some AoE damage after doing so many basic attacks. So you can test that out to see if you can get a little bit more damage out of him and protect whoever you have behind him if you want. But again, because he was a defensive-based hero, I just threw the Goddess Grace that I had in this account just to give him a chance at making sure that he sustained the battle as much as we could with this. So those are the two examples that I can give you. One that would definitely try to help you push into SSS, and the other one that you can play around with to try to see if you can, if you're very early on, you can push to S, and then as you move your account and progress your account, you can try to push into SS, SS plus, and then as you get new heroes into your account, you can then mix and match. Well, I hope that guide kind of helped you a little bit. You should be able to conquer the Conqueror every time that he opens up. If you have any questions, please post them down below. I will do my best to get to them. Thank you all very much for watching. Please do remember to hit like and subscribe on your way out, and I will see you all in the next Watch Our Realms video.
Defeat won't define me.